All right, hey, welcome back to another installment of Renaissance Acres fixing stuff. For those of you joining us for the first time, this is Renaissance Acres Tree Care, and we bought a used piece of equipment for the tree care company, and this is what happens when you don't buy something new, you buy something used, and because you don't have the cash for it, you don't want to get a loan. So the trade-off is you're gonna have to fix stuff. So I got this machine. This thing was used hard and put away wet. So I just went through and did a cursory checkout of it without disassembling anything, just doing a visual inspection and just trying to understand what's going on. So over the course of the next few months, I'm gonna be doing videos on different repairs that we do, and I've already got 3 pages to start working on. So if you're thinking about buying a used machine, this is the kind of thing you should watch out for. I was hoping that this machine was in better shape than it is. I knew about some of the problems, but a lot of the problems weren't disclosed, and the guy that was selling it didn't know anything about it. He was 2 steps removed from people that use the machine. So I probably could have done a better job by getting it inspected somewhere, but I bought it sight unseen from Louisiana, got it brought up by truck, and now I own it. So there's no use crying over spilled milk, we just gotta fix it. But here's a list of some of the stuff that's it's gonna need. The ignition switch is funky and it doesn't work quite right. When I drove it back from down the street the other day, the steering pulled to the right, and I kept having to turn left and left and left just to stay going straight. So something's going on with the steering. There's a broken control switch in the cab, and the check engine light is on. So that could be anything. I'm not too worried about that because the motor does run fine. The machine is absolutely filthy. So I'm gonna go through, as I'm working on stuff, taking things apart, I'll be cleaning it and trying to restore it back so that I can see any leaks or things that are going on. I'm gonna order a new sticker kit for it because some of the safety and warning stickers are worn away or peeled off. It definitely needs a new seat. I wrote down a question on whether I can build some Lexan windows or a cab kit for it. It's an open cab, but it's built such that there would be an easy way to bend some Lexan and bolt it in and get a little bit of protection from the weather in the wintertime. So we'll take a look at that. The step for the cab is missing. And every fender on here is bent and loose. The front lights are broken. The plastics. So there are plastic covers that go all over the machine, and those are all broken. The rear deck lid is missing completely. Some of those I might be able to salvage. There's some ripped and broken wires here underneath the hood, and everything's missing outside its loom. And there's an electric sensor down there that's disconnected. The boom I lifted up, and I put the safety brace in there. So for those of you that are worried that the boom might come down and crash on me, the safety brace is in place already. So just to let you know. So one of the things I've noticed as I've been working around it, looking around it, is all these connections where the hydraulic cylinders meet the boom are all destroyed. Some of them are welded in, some of them are just really loose. I have a feeling pretty much every connection is going to have to be rebushed and repinned. That's going to be the big expense on the machine. I'm really bummed, but that's the way it goes. We'll all learn together on that one. So there's a quick attach hydraulic fitting there for different implements, and that's all destroyed and broken and missing. One of my projects will be to find every grease fitting on the machine, grease them and clean them, and tighten every nut and bolt. I noticed pretty much all over the machine there's loose nuts and bolts just everywhere. So whatever they did to this machine, they put a lot of vibration on it and pushed it pretty hard. So we'll go around, clean everything. We'll put some Loctite blue on everything, which is a non-heated. You can take it apart without heat, but it will still lock things in place. And once it's cleaned and Loctited, we'll keep an eye on everything and see what vibrates loose in the future. Let's see, it's got one brand new tire that came with it, and it's got two tires that are in good shape on it. So I'll put that one here, and then I'll have to buy one brand new one for the rear. I'm gonna do the obvious stuff like oil and filter, change the hydraulic fluid and filter, change the air filter, check the coolant, and the expansion tank is disconnected on the coolant. So I'll just get a new hose for that. And then things like the counterweight in the back, the big heavy weights, they're pretty well dented, not dented, but the paint's all scratched off them. So I'm gonna restore those so they look nice and clean. And there's a provision for a tow hitch that's not on it, so I'm gonna buy the tow hitch. So if I need to pull something out or if I wanna hook on something, I'll have that ability. And I noticed things like the wear pads on the Extend-A-Boom are all worn out, so we'll get those. And there's this wire mesh that somebody put in here, probably to protect something when they were driving into brush or whatever. So we'll pop that out and clean everything out and find out what else is going on. So the real big dollar item is the pins. The greasable pins that run the boom. I think they're probably almost all gonna need to have be drilled out, bored, rebushed, and repinned. So I think there's a local guy that does that kind of work, and I'll give him a call, have him stop by. Maybe he'll even let us do a little video so he can explain to us what that costs, how it works, and what the lead time is on it. So that's it for this video. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you'll follow along as we put this machine back to right and then put it to use in Renaissance Acres Tree Care. One of the reasons why I wanted this large of a machine is that we're going to be changing up the tree care services we provide to do more of what we call a treescaping product, which will be larger property owners, an acre to 5 acres, and even bigger than that, but I don't want to get involved in too much more than that. But acre to 5 acres, what I'd like to do is do what I've been doing here on my property, which is creating a park-like setting in the forest, cleaning up all the deadfall, and then spacing the trees so it's really inviting to walk into, instead of the traditional New England forest where it grows right out to the lawn, and then it tends to knock you off your lawnmower, and then the forest just kind of grows in over the property. So what we do is we kind of push it back, we open it up a little, we leave the canopy in place, and we build kind of an uneven aged stand of trees that's thinned out, but walkable, usable, visible, and inviting for people to go in and be in the forest. And that creates a connection between the landowner and the natural world. And that's Renaissance Acres' vision statement, is to reconnect landowners to the natural world. So a machine like this will enable us to take down trees, to remove debris, get things out of the forest, clean up, make some trails, and do that without breaking our backs. So follow along and you'll get to see how it all works. Okay, peace, stay safe out there.